Okay, this recording is going to just demonstrate how to add new messages to the Yankton website page. It's pretty straightforward, but I think sometimes video and visual is just an easier way to go, so hopefully this message gets it done. Just to start off with, I'm on the messages page here live on the site. You'll notice the top WordPress bar because I'm already logged in. That login information is available in the editing guide. So the easiest way probably to do it is to just navigate up to the edit page button up top and open that in a new tab. Generally, it's just easiest to work with the live page in one tab and the editor page in a second tab. Um, the way that the WordPress structure is set up uses these page sections. So on the editing tab here, you can see this top page section um, shows a couple different elements here, but there's one that says messages, divider, and some other stuff. So this top page section represents essentially this top part on the live page here. If you scroll down below on the live page, the next page section is this one that says current teaching. It's got a title. It's got this accordion with the video player in it. Below that would be this would be another page section. Below that, another page section. So you can see how that kind of builds out. So on the editing tab, this would be that top one I referenced with just the title of the page on it. And then the next one down, this page section would be the very first video essentially. So there's some elements in here. You can see it says current teaching, and then below that there's a title that says how to deal with disappointment. So that would be the message title or the series title. And then below that there's some other stuff here. This accordion is actually where the video element is housed. So the best way to add a new one, I guess twofold. So if you're adding a full new series or a new standalone message like we're doing today, the route to take is essentially to duplicate this entire page section. What that's going to do is duplicate the entire container that contains the title, the accordion, which has the actual message files and videos inside it. That's just the easiest way to do it rather than having to do it all by hand. So it's easiest always just to use the very top page section, or the first one down. I guess technically the very top one has the message header for the page in it. So the page section that contains the current teaching box is the one you want to look for. Up in the right corner of that, there's some options, and there's a clone this page section button. One click of that, and you might not see it happen, but you'll see if you scroll down that this entire page section has been duplicated. So basically now what you're left with is two mirrored options of that. The first step would be to scroll down to the duplicated one, which would be below the one that you just created, and change current teaching to say past teaching. So when you roll over the current teaching fancy title box, and the little editor window pops up, if you click the pencil button that says edit fancy title, you just want to change that to say past teaching. Otherwise, back on the live site, every time that you duplicate it, it's just going to keep saying current teaching, even though it would be not the current series. So essentially, to this point, we've duplicated a page section and renamed the title of the prior one. So we'll scroll up and hit the blue update button here, and then flip back over to our live page and refresh it. And we'll see that basically we've got two of the same page sections now. So the top one says current teaching, and then the one prior to or below that says past teaching, which is the one that we just updated. So now that we have the container in place for the new series, we'll go back and just edit that information. So back on the editing tab, current teaching. If it's a standalone message, you can keep that as saying current teaching. If it's a series that you're in, like the one that you're in now, we can just edit that to say series. So again, just click on the editor button, type in whatever you need to, hit save. Below that would be the title of the series or the standalone message. So again, you just change that. So Legends of the Faith. And the formatting of this works just like any word processing or any other program would. So generally, if you want to bold the title, you can do that. Other than that, everything else in this editor probably doesn't need to be touched much. So change your text as needed. Click Save Changes. And then we'll scroll down to the lower half of that page section, which is the accordion. So two chunks in this accordion to know about. There's this main accordion blue window here. That's kind of the master element. And then within that are all the accordion sections. Now, the accordion sections are going to be essentially one per message, so one per week. Each message would get its own section. So to edit the title of it, I'm going to click back to the live page. The title would be right here where it says How to Deal with Disappointment, May 27. To edit that, exactly like you did before. So there's a yellow accordion section box. If you click the editor inside that, it's going to open this accordion section settings box. And here you would just put whatever that specific message title or date is. So I think in this case it's just week 1, and then they're always dated. But if you had a title, you would just put the message title instead of the week 1 or whatever naming culture you want to use. Below that is a little chunk here where it says video player. So that's what houses the actual YouTube link. Just like everything else, you just click the little edit button. This box pops up, and then it's got a video link in it. I've got the link for that open in a different tab. So literally, you're just going to copy the entire URL from YouTube, paste it right in there, click Save, and you're good to go. So we'll update that quick and take a look at the live page. So it's updated. We'll just refresh on the live page here. Take just a second to load. So see that we've got updated the current series. The title box is Legends of the Faith. Below that is week 1, June 3rd, and then the correct YouTube video is in here. So that covers essentially creating the new page section that houses your full video. The last thing to cover would be just adding a second week or a third week or however many you would need to an existing series. So to add the second week of the Legends of the Faith series, we don't need to duplicate the whole page section. All we're going to do is duplicate the accordion section. So on the accordion section, click the clone accordion section box. That's going to just duplicate just the accordion section that has the title and the video player in it. So I think the way that we have them generally is newest goes on top. So we'll keep the week 1 as is, and then you'll click on the accordion section you want to edit. So you can kind of see how that it opens that tab when you click on it. So we'll click on the topmost one, edit the title to week 2, June 10, click Save, and then just like before, I've got the other video open up, so copy that URL, and then edit the video player, and just paste in the link for that video. Click Save Changes on the video player settings box, scroll up, click Update on the WordPress window, and that should be good to go. We'll refresh the live page over here, let it load for a minute. And then you can see here that we've got both weeks on the current series. So uh, that is really the gist of the process. You can add as many accordions as you need to. Um, by default, it's set up to always have the topmost accordion section open for the user, and then when they click on a lower accordion, it'll open that up automatically. So that's the methodology behind it. You're welcome to take a shot at grouping anything. The way that we've kind of chosen to set it up is just that the most recent message is always on top, whether that's within a series or just a standalone week. So if we hit a tipping point where this page gets too long and it's just too many messages to scroll through, there's definitely other ways we can structure it and make it a little easier to navigate. Um, for example, all the standalone messages, like the vision messages that are just 1 week kind of special off weeks, those could definitely all be grouped, into a vision series page section or something like that. And rather than each one having its own full section like they do now, it could just have a different tab on one of the accordions. But that's the gist of the process. Always here to jump in and help out. So if there's anything that didn't make sense or anything you need a little more clarification on or get stuck along the way, never hesitate to just reach out and give a shout. Thanks.